If you've never stuck around for one of my Sivga headphone videos, trust me, and stay for this one. And the headphone I'm going to be showing you here are the new Sivga Answers. As far as in your box, you're going to get this little bag, of course your cable, and it's this really nice braided cable. Again, detachable 3.5, which you got a little spring right there to again prevent any of that tension. Just really nice cable. And then of course, the headphones, which we're going to do a deep dive as far as comfort, the sound, the build. But can we just take a look at the styling? Like, my gosh, this headphone is gorgeous, just right along with all other Sivga headphones. They're like pieces of art you just want to display. But of course, we're not going to be displaying our headphones. So let's dive into the comfort. First off, by putting them on a scale, coming in at 353 grams. They are not heavy by any means, very nice and balanced, lightweight, and really premium, which we'll get into the build. But let's first off talk more about the comfort as far as these ear pads. And first off, the density of these ear pads, like, oh my gosh, like just look how soft they are. And it's the entire bit is the ear pad. Now, even though they smush down a whole bunch, your ears aren't touching the drivers inside. At least for me, they weren't. You got like this velvet padding on the outside, or this cloth, and then pleather lined inside and outside, so they really do lock in the sound. They just wrap and absorb around your ear so that sound is staying in there. Very nice and plush. As far as the size of these pads, you can see right here the length, as far as the width, and then the depth. Hopefully you can see that in the camera there. Now going up to the headband, I was kind of thinking, all right, this is going to be pretty darn bad, because whenever you press this headband, there's minimal padding, and it's kind of shocking going from this super plush down here and then lacking padding up there. It would have been really nice if they had this much plushness up towards the top. And going right in line with that, the adjustability of these headphones, you have what you need. You got that full swivel all the way flat back, flat forward, plenty of adjustability here if you got a big head or a small head, and it holds its position really good. It's not going to adjust on you right there. Nothing's excessively loose. Again, your ear cups go in and out right there, and then your wire is detachable. So I think you got plenty of flexibility with this. And what really surprised me is whenever I put it on my head, again, going back to that headband with lack of padding up there, I put it on my head. Wow, like I honestly thought that would be a bigger issue, but it truly isn't. That padding, even though it's minimal, it's balanced all the way across it. And me with a bald head, I'm going to feel something like that a lot more than some of you with more hair, if you have more hair, you know what I mean? But it really shocked me. It is stinking cozy, hands down. If you're a glasses wearer like me, I always game with glasses, or heck, even from listening to music, I'm usually got my glasses on. I don't have any pressure. Those soft ear pads just, again, form around it. I'm not getting any gaps or spaces in there because, again, they're so soft and they're forming around all of the gaps around my ears or glasses or anything. Like, hands down, stinking cozy. But if you're not a fan of these ear pads, or if you just want to try some different ones, they are easily swappable just by that ring around the side. Pop them off, slide them on, and you're good to go. Now, right in line with the awesome styling and phenomenal comfort is the build. And it's a combination of all of them, from the comfort and then again the styling. When you're looking at the mesh grate, with this being an open back headphone, that is all metal. Of course, you got the wood ear cups right there, which are just gorgeous. Now coming over here into your forks going around it, that is also metal. Going up into the bracket up here with your adjustable arm, also metal. And you got a nice little hex screw in there holding that together, no plastic. And then right up here, it's actually metal inside and out. So this thing is incredibly durable, premium. It's just built quality top to bottom. I mean, I do not get nervous stretching this headphone apart, twisting it up. It has plenty of adjustability. If it gets one of those points, you see it just pops out itself. And a lot of people are like, who the heck's gonna do this? That freaks me out. You all know why I like stretching my products out or doing a stress test or that build test, is because us as a reviewer, we don't use our products as long as many people. So if mine breaks, I wanna show you, hey, that's weak. But let me tell you what, this is solid. I don't get worried about this one bit. So with how good this headset is turning out so far, great styling, great comfort, amazing build, how about the sound? And I'm just gonna throw the specs of these headphones up on the screen so I don't gotta repeat and quote the back of the box or website specs here. I wanna actually talk about the sound, my time using them. And you all know when I talk about headphones, whether they be audiophile style, budget, gaming headsets, whatever, I always focus on gaming. And using these for gaming, holy smokes, they were awesome. Now with my time testing these headphones, I was running them through my iFi Zen amp and DAC, and that has been my primary testing with these. I'm hooked on the new Call of Duty right now. Absolutely love it. I skipped last year, but this year I just can't get enough of it. And using this Sivga headphone here, it was so fun. It was so impactful. Like the body and the bass just hit. It wasn't muddy or anything like that. It just had so much bass back there. And when I talk about body, it wasn't like this constant warmth where y'all heard me say before, like if you're playing a game and you got this wind and it's constantly deep where you got that lower mid-range and bass kind of taking that over, you don't get that here, but you still get bass if you're catching my drift. It's so nice. Now the highs, you still get highs, you get great dialogue, reload, stuff like that, environmental sounds, and it doesn't get drowned out by the bass, which really shocked me. I'm like, with this kind of bass, I should be losing that right there, right? But it's not. You actually get both of them. But talking about me playing Call of Duty, the separation wasn't truly there. Like, you still got bass, you got your highs, but the footsteps, I'd have to locate them a whole lot closer than, say, if I was using something like, I don't know, maybe my SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless or my new Astros, you know? It wasn't separated that good, but you still were able to hear them. But I would straight up tell you, no, this isn't a recommended headphone for like a competitive FPS. I'd put this on there if like you want that impactful body, that full-bodied sound, that immersion. Maybe you're playing a good story game. This is truly going to do it for you. But if you're like me and you want that body, you want that immersion, that bass, that punch to feel like you're in the game, as nerdy as that sounds, that's what drives me and really just makes me nerdy and want to game. As much as our visuals are important, your sound is just important, if not more important, right? And something like this that pulls you into the game with this sound, getting that body, that bass, that punch, and still that great dialogue and treble that's not ear piercing and giving you that headache, like I just got to take them off. You don't get that with this. You just get a pleasant experience from top to bottom. Again, that great comfort, you keep them on. The sound isn't piercing and hurting your ears, but the body pulls you into it and you want to keep gaming with this headphone. And that's shocking for an open back headphone. You all know I'm not a big open back fan, as I got a dog and a kid and I don't want to hear all that, you know what I mean? Still, with this being open back, it's not crazy open back where I'm hearing everything, my PC chugging and like that. It's really not like that. It's holding in a lot of that body with these ear pads and the drivers getting closer to your head. You're still getting a really nice full-bodied sound, which was a blast to use. And the cherry on top of it all here is the price point. This headphone is coming in at $200. And I know you might be thinking, it's kind of expensive. Again, when we cover a lot of gaming headsets here, but when you're talking about a high-end audiophile quality headphone at $200 with everything this is packing, the style, the comfort, the build, the sound, everything about this top to bottom justifies that price. And trust me, if you've never tried a Sivga headphone, this is the time to dive in. This one is a must try.